So I've never seen this subreddit, the comfort level pod, but the title, it intrigued me. She said, my husband is going to find out I make more money than him, and the shit's going to hit the fan. She said, she's 60, he's 61. She said, my husband is a very competitive guy. When I beat him at chess 3 times in a row, he wouldn't play me anymore. It's not just with me. He hates when a friend makes more money than him. He hates when someone beats him at golf. He hates if someone skis faster than him. You get the picture. He's not just competitive, he's a sore loser. He's stopped being friends with people over his competitiveness, which I think is ridiculous. When we were first married, he made way more money than me. He used this reason as to why I needed to do more around the house, i.e., everything. It was hard at first, but I'm really great at managing time and I love to spend time with our kids. So, although I worked a full time job, I did all of the housework, most of the yard work, home maintenance, and managed the kids. I knew that spending the lion's share with the kids, which I loved, would pay off in spades in their older years with our relationship, and it has. My husband is very sad now that our 2 grown children and I have all of these memories and experiences that he wasn't a part of. Once our kids graduated from high school, I went to graduate school to get my MBA. My MBA has allowed me to move up in the company I work for. Last year, I got a big promotion and a bonus that put my salary equal to my husband's. I could tell he was uncomfortable with it when our taxes were prepared, but since my bonus and increase came after July 1st, my company's fiscal year, it looked like I made slightly less than him on the W 2, but the gap in our pay had closed significantly. This year, I was promoted again to executive vice president position. I received a very large bonus and a big bump in salary. I opted to have increased my contribution to the 401k plus a catch up amount as I am over 50. The additional income I have going into a separate money market savings. My contribution to our joint account looks the same as last year. My bonus was reflected in our checking account, and my husband was surprised at the amount. We used it to pay off our mortgage. Because I am diverting income to my 401k and money market savings, he hasn't noticed the increase. But my gross income will show on my W 2, and he will see that my income is about 50% larger than his. I know come March or April of next year, my husband will see that I make significantly more than him when we prepare our tax return. I'm worried that he will retire so he can save face, which will put us in a bad financial position since he will only be 62 and won't be entitled to complete Social Security benefits. His stupid male ego will cut off his nose to spite his face and make retirement more difficult for both of us. I want to let him know I am making more than he is before he sees it on our W 2s. And I want him to understand that this isn't a competition. When we both do well, we both do well. Any suggestions on how to keep him from feeling emasculated? I was thinking of saying something like, you kept us afloat when the kids were young, now it's my turn. Or because you supported us while I earned my MBA, we can both reap the rewards in our later years. I know it's stupid to walk on eggshells, but his ego is super fragile. Thank you. So I want to go back to this before I really dig into it and start talking about some of the comments. This is an example of a woman who has done literally everything. And this is the type of woman who is literally a married single mother because she was working and she was doing literally everything in the home and with the kids. If this man was plucked out of the situation, especially when the kids were gone, little, they wouldn't have even noticed that this man was gone. Their life would have been just as comfortable if he was there or not there because he wasn't doing anything. Yes, he was providing for the household, but so was she. All she would have had to do is get a smaller place. That's one of the things, like all of this having to bring in money and do everything in the household is one of the reasons why women are leaving these situations. Now, this woman is older, so she's 60. Women are doing this younger and younger. They're not staying 10, 20 years simply doing all of this, and the man can just put his feet up. Women work. So many people still, not people. So many men still act like they are the protectors and the providers. Okay. But what about when a woman is actually working too? Why don't they feel like they have to do anything with the household? And then like this woman, she is working and now she's making more money. Is that that switch going to flip? Like, okay, you make more money. Now you get to work. You get to work, buddy, because I make more money. Absolutely not, because women aren't going to be oppressive like men have been towards women, even though women have always been working. Sometimes we just didn't work and make any money. And this man sounds damaged. It's not that he's just competitive. She knows that he's a sore loser with a fragile ego. It's not that he's just competitive. Losing friends over stuff like making more money or someone skiing faster is it's like, this dude sounds like a toddler in an old man body. So some of the comments, Sourdough says, so he's not competing to be the best husband or father then. And White Room says, nice point. She could point that out to him. Mushi Meatsuit says she could save steps and just point him to the door. This is the time to rim says she hasn't yet. She won't now. Poor thing. Bitter Leopard says one thing that's definitely getting overlooked is that it's now his job to do the household chores because he's the poor one. Fluffy Lobster said the talk should begin with, I'm going to need you to start picking up the slack around the house. Mysterious Ty says, since you're not contributing financially to the household as much as me. And Anon Knit says, especially if he retires. Liberal Thinker says, I would not stay married to a man who would quit his job because of a fragile male ego and put us in a financial bind. You may be financially better off alone. And then the OP expert chart says, I've thought of that. We've been together for 35 years and I enjoy talking with him and playing cards and games. He's super smart and I really like the way he thinks. Plus, I've been looking forward to doing grandparent things with him. Having to divorce him because of his stupid effing ego is making me feel sick. Um, DCK says, you like the way he thinks? Like the way he thinks you need to do all the work in the family because he thinks all he needs to do is make money, or the way he thinks that his kids are not people he needs to bother with until now they are adults, and he is sad he doesn't have a relationship because he didn't think he needed to build one. Why would he want to start doing grandparent things now? He didn't want to do them with his kids. Is he even thinking of trying with his kids, or is he sitting there feeling sorry for himself? And then the OP says, he has changed. He definitely has established a relationship with our kids. He just didn't really understand small children. Now our kids are grown. He goes skiing, water skiing, camping, etc. He's able to relate to adults, and our kids are adults. He will never have the closeness I have, and he regrets that. Since it's just us in the house, he does the dishes and the lawn work. He arranges date nights, and we have a lot of fun. And that's the thing. It's like, they get the easy job. They get to be the fun people. They don't have to build the relationship and do the foundational stuff. And that's why many of them are socially isolated when they get old, because they didn't pour into their relationships. And any relationships that they end up having are very superficial, like the relationships that I build, when I go into a coffee stop over and over, and you see the same people over and over. Those people are cool, but you don't know anything about them. Anyways, this woman is not going to divorce her husband. She's not. But if he does quit his job, she's going to be irritated. He's going to be stewing in his his childlike behavior. And I don't know that this is a good situation. But what I want women to do is know and understand that when you do start making more money than your man, make sure that they are doing their part of the chores and use their words against them. I'm totally sure that will go over well. All right, y'all, join the conversation. Let me know what you think of this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, Star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.